Hello everyone! In today's video we are going to try some new watercolors. A couple of weeks ago my mother-in-law brought me this watercolor set as a gift from Russia, and I find it very interesting one. It's full of very unusual colors. I can't wait to open it and try it out. Let's do it together. So it's a watercolor by the most famous Russian watercolor brand White Nights. The set's name is Journey. So this is a watercolor set made specifically for some travel-related paintings. Usually White Nights watercolor are pretty high quality, and at least in Russia they are not very expensive, quite affordable one. Let's open it and find out what's inside. The box itself, it's quite big for a set of 24 watercolor pens. It's plastic, not metal or something. Let's open it. Okay, here's the palette. Actually, I would consider it two palettes because the first one is kind of movable. I can take it off, which is quite convenient, I guess. So I can use the inside palette and this spare one. It's plasticky. I usually prefer ceramic or metal palettes, but I think it's perfectly usable one. There are 24 full pens watercolors. They are quite big. I can see that some of the names of the colors are really new to me and I want to try them. So what's next? There's 3 parts of 8 watercolors in each. They are also kind of removable for some reason. Let's have a closer look to the pens itself. Let's start opening them, right? So, each pen itself is a full-sized pen, not half-sized that we usually have in the big sets. It's quite big. All of the important information is written down. So we have the name in Russian and in English, we have pigments, information about transparency and light fastness. It's all written on each pen. Also inside, on the plastic of the pen, there is a number. So if you missed the information, you can find it on the internet. Very convenient. So let's open all of them. There is a lot of watercolor in those pens. And this watercolor probably was not dried out completely when it was packaged because part of the paper just stuck to the surface of the paints. Now I need to clean it up, and this process was a little bit messy and my hands are dirty, but it's okay. Finally, it's time to swatch those colors. I'm very invested. There is a paper made for swatches inside, pre-made by manufacturer, but there is no much space for writing down some information about the colors, so I made another one myself. Let me tell you a little bit about the basic concept of this quite an unusual set, actually. There are 4 lines of watercolors here, and every line is for its own purpose. So the first line is for basic colors. There are 6 basic colors, and the second line is made for city or townscapes. The third line is made for marine paintings. And the last 4th line is for woods or greenery. This is a very interesting concept. Off camera I made even the bigger swatches to try out them a little bit more and have more spaces to write down the information for the future. So let me tell you a little bit more about this. So the first row is basic colors, and they are amazing. They are so bright. They have only 1 pigment each, which made them very handy for mixing. So the mixes should be very clean. The selection of colors is very good. You can create the whole color wheel with them with no problem. Then we have 18 other colors, which are way more interesting, I would say, and unusual. And here we have some more complicated, a lot of muted colors. Some of them does contain more than one pigment, 2 or even 3, but the vast majority of them also solo pigmented. Also, there are certain colors that can create some unusual effects. Around half of them have some sort of granulation. Few of them called mists. They are colors that can kind of split into two colors, but it's a very subtle effect that creates this misty look. It's very cool. It can work really well with all sorts of landscapes. I think this looks really promising, but we will dive even deeper into like some of these colors a little bit later. The best way to try it out is to draw few different landscapes using only dedicated lines for them. So I'll start with the cityscape. I will use a photo from my recent travel to London as a reference. And again, for painting this, I will use only the second line as my base, so the line dedicated to cityscapes, an occasional first line with the basic colors for the slight changing of my main 6 colors. Let me tell you more about this second line. There are 6 colors. Almost all of them are just amazing, I guess. So the first one is Petersburg ochre, which for me is very similar to titanium bath. Anyway, I think this is kind of perfect color for drawing, these light color stones that is used all over the world in the cities. A lot of buildings are made of this kind of color, so it's very handy to have this color in the palette. It contains 3 pigments, and one of them is obviously titanium white, and this is the only one color in the whole palette that contains some white. It was very useful. I think I am going to use it a lot in my travel sketches or something. I really liked it. So the second one is, I'm not sure I can pronounce it right, because this is the first time I see any of these words, but it's called Ogit porphyrit. Porphyrit? I mean, sorry. Anyway, this is basically a little bit of reddish brown, muted, and it can be used as a shadow or as the color of some deeper colored buildings. And it has a slight granulation, which is also interesting. So then chromium oxide, one of my favorite colors with slight granulation. I mean, this is the only one green in this line of colors, but usually when you draw some cityscape, greenery is only an accent. It's nice to have a little bit, but not too much, because the focal point is gonna be some of the buildings or people or something, not a greenery. Then we have the muted blue color. It is very nice. I use it in the mixes mostly. It mixes beautifully with this Petersburg ochre and with brown color, and it creates such beautiful colors for shadows. Also, it goes in a shadowy window. This is just a beautiful combination. Then we have 2 really dark colors. One is hematite mist, which is some kind of purpley color, which is also comes very handy in shadows. And also we have Mars black. It has granulation, so by adding this color to basically any of them, I can enhance the granulation. And also I can make any color darker with this, which is also quite cool. So I would say this second line of colors that are dedicated to cityscapes worked wonderfully for me. I enjoyed it a lot. Those colors are not the one that I normally use in my travel sketches or cityscapes, but it works beautifully, and I want to paint more cityscapes with those colors, because I think it's a wonderful combination. With that being said, let's move on to the next painting. The next painting I will do with the fourth last line of watercolors that is dedicated to woods. And as a reference, I'm gonna use my own photo from the Spain vacation. There are 6 amazing colors. 4 of them has some granulation in them, and I think my favorite one is yellowish green mist, because it creates such an amazing and useful texture. It literally splits to like more yellowish green and almost blue, and it creates such a good texture to paint some greenery in the background. So you just paint it with this color and it creates texture by itself. I like it a lot. Also, Irgazine yellow, which is the third color, is just such a beautiful bright color that just glowing on the paper. Mixing this Irgazine yellow with 2 greens that is on this line creates such a variety of green colors. This is just amazing. Also, the spinel green is amazingly deep and beautiful. That reminds me of pine trees or something like that. It's such a beautiful color, such a beautiful color. This part of the palette was also really handy, and I find it just beautiful. I'm not actually going to draw the third one with the marine part of the palette, but anyway, let me go through those colors real quick. There is really nice selections of blues. My very favorite Indanthren blue is present, which is amazing deep blue color, and also the Helio blue looks just amazing to me. It's so bright and it's glowing. I think it would be just amazing for drawing some southern sea, like from Greece or Italy. I can see it there. It's amazing. And also there is 2 more blues, and both of them look good, but I haven't tried them. Like I can see it as a very nice palette also. So I've made 2 paintings with this palette, or maybe it's better to say with 2 parts of this palette, and I am very content with that. It was very interesting, it's very easy to use. This color combination worked really well. I enjoyed it. So like whoever made these color choices did a very good job. The colors are very pigmented and rich and interesting. I like both of the paintings that I've made. So what do you think of those colors? They are indeed quite unusual, and there are some limitation in this concept, but I enjoyed using it. And the pens are so big, I feel that I can use them for years. Also, I enjoyed the size of the pen because it's very easy to use those pens even with quite big brushes. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, please write them down in the comment section. I will be very happy to answer. Please give this video a like and subscribe. More videos to come. Goodbye, see you in the next one.